Back in Week 5, the Colts won an instant classic in their first matchup against the Jaguars. Can Jacksonville avoid the sweep? Find out next on Madden NFL 22.
With a December snow blanketing much of the Midwest and Northeast, what a perfect time to be in the Sunshine State as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's go. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And he did everything possible to rally his team to a win last week, didn't he? What did he throw for?
Over 450 yards.
I mean, that's a pretty phenomenal performance. So, obviously, he and the offense were clicking pretty well. The other two-thirds, though, that comes into question. Defense and special teams, they'll need all of them to play better in this one, too.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 82 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
A good gain on first. Has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So the Colts in great position here as they get things started. They'll be led out by the final pick of the first round in 2018 out of Louisville. It's Lamar Jackson.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing one interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The numbers for him from a week ago. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
On third down, Jackson. He'll get that complete to the tight end, Harris. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him. Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now back to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle, and they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Trotting. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits and into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
After the interception, here's Jackson, forced out to his left. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there for Indy. Throw Throwing now, Jackson on first down, escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
They'll run on first down. Taylor. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Second down, another run with Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Now a give to Taylor. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And Zerline's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. And Charles, this defense, I have to imagine, kind of licking its chops when you get a chance to face a team that's lost 3 straight.
And my surprise was listening to their head coach in his weekly presser, because normally you and I see guys that get up there and say, everybody's a threat any given Sunday, that sort of thing. But he was asked if this might be a trap game, and he essentially said he didn't see anything to worry about. Now, normally you say that to your team, but you don't tell us. You definitely don't say it to the media.
Back to throw now on first down. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. The throw there finding its way to Boyle. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 17-yard line.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive. And here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
26, Mike. 26, Mike.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Colts are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Second and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They go play action now. Jackson rolling to his left. And he's got his target, Harris. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play there for Indy. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw is taken in by Waddle. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. He gets it complete to Harris. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because there's confidence.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Jaguars send out their punter. Jalen Waddle deep to return it.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. So it sails out of bounds close to midfield, and they'll say actually right at midfield. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retakes center stage. He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here in the second quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those too because they want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protection because they're not taking blows. They're actually dealing them out. So what they want to do is show the coaches, hey, if we pop one, we're having success. That way they won't go away from the running game.
He'll be hoping to pop one, break one here this go-around. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Colts are able to add on to their first half lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. They'll come out throwing here on first down. It's complete to Brown, right side. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Anderson. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They're going to look to throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Open man is Robbie Anderson. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And this defense going to bring out a couple extra DBs here on 3rd and a yard. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And the Jaguars send out their punter. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So we've come upon halftime here. And there you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
We got this.
As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get, that first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
Partner's not out of the question, especially with the 7 seeds that they have now in the playoffs. If you do win and the other wild card teams win in the first round, you could find yourself with a home game in the divisional round. Now, we know that's not likely, but it's not out of the question. Bottom line, you have to win to put yourself in that position.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Steps away. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way down to the 12. A big play there for Indy.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
On first down, Taylor. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll run here with Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
We always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Outright, this is Boyle, the tight end. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 42-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw.
Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27th. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll look to throw here. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
SOS. 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 SOS.
20. They're not ready for this, man. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Alert flare. Alert flare. Flare.
Check.
Oh, we see you.
Check 13.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. A big play there for Indy.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Lamar Jackson. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Colts have got it on cruise control. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being...
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Chase Young. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5.
26 Mike. I got you.
Back to throw here. And this will be caught by Brown. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Indianapolis offense ready to go again. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is. He's got a man complete. Pout fighting through, and he's got space. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jacob Harris, 79 yards. And the Colts are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Zerline good with a PAT, and that will extend this big lead. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, a mistake there. The kickoff out of bounds.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up a 1st down.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
26, Mike, 26.
Back to throw again. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he works free. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
56 is the mic. Let's go.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And it's a fumble. And the Colts pick it up. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Take 4, take 4.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. Check out.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And this is caught inside the 5. A big connection on that one. 37 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them. And now it's been a real issue for him during this game.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now the throw pulled in by Anderson, and they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Back to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. You're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. This fielded right at the goal line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. A give for Taylor running right side. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that will be incomplete.
Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
He's going to go up top again. And got his man complete. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points